beauty that surrounds you. I take it with me, love, wherever I go, while waking in the arms of...
Local Heroes is about community regeneration by the community itself, and hence the local in Local Heroes. There is often a lot of initiatives, and many of us have seen sort of development and regeneration initiatives. I guess the difference in Local Heroes is that the community itself needs to be engaged, and the mentors, if you like, or the specialists should only really be there as catalysts, because in the end of the day, the community itself has to make it happen. Nobody from outside the communities will actually make it happen.
Well, the mission is quite simple. It's to create jobs. It's to get people to work together to create jobs. We're all only too aware of the unemployment levels in our city. That's not going to improve over the next foreseeable weeks and months, but we can actually take steps to try and create jobs if we work together as a community.
Limerick has so many things to offer from a sporting point of view, a cultural point of view, touristic point of view. The people are fantastic. There's a real warmness and honesty about the community here, and I guess we're a city trying to claw back our sense of community and who we are, and I suppose from that we have fair power and strength now, so we're hoping to continue with that.
Tonight is looked on as a launching pad, the spark that started an absolute fire. And going forward, I would like everybody, anybody who has anything positive to contribute, to come forward, give their ideas. Let's develop a huge group here which will go forward into the future and prove that we in Limerick can really stand up and look after ourselves.
There's one word in the dictionary which I really have a great fear of, which is entitled to, or entitlement. And we all have a great sense of entitlement in this country. But those days are over. We have to help ourselves. And you guys in Limerick have to help each other. You have a great sense of community spirit, you have a great passion, you have a great energy, and we touched on the product, Munster Rugby. Wow, what we wouldn't give to have that in Drogheda. But we achieved so much in such a short period of time, and I couldn't go into the list, but as Noel said, we had 100 days, and it was a real pressure cooker situation. And you have to give yourself deadlines. You have to give yourself a time scale where you say, we're going to have to get this done by then. Because if you don't, it won't happen. And if you're sitting there tonight saying, God, that was a great meeting, and should we go for a pint now, and should we read about it in next week's paper, you shouldn't have bothered your arse coming in the first place. Because if you're not going to do something about it, exit, stage left, sign off, but don't criticise anybody else who's trying to do something about it. This is your opportunity to do something hugely positive for Limerick that will stand the test of time. But do not leave it to somebody else.
We're going to throw open the floor now, and as Tony told you earlier on, there are people around the room with microphones, and I would ask you to be concise and to try and make your point. So please try and come to the floor with your answers or your thoughts on it, or something that will be the catalyst to create debate.
I think we should be designing an app for our city. Everybody's on smartphones now. Why aren't we thinking aloud like that? Sending information to each and every one. And I think we have a great media presence in our city. We have 2 fantastic newspapers. They need to get involved. We have a fantastic radio station. And to really drive that message of local, support local, drive people back into our city.
I'd like to propose that, for 2 weeks of the summer, that Limerick could organise an international street festival, busking competition, where you could bring musicians from Europe, all around the world, to play on the streets. It's something that could fit nicely in with tourism, restaurants, pubs, meals. It could create a buzz, can create work in terms of the organisation that would be required to bring people into the city. And it would certainly help to energise the city.
And I see fantastic potential in Limerick as a food city. We've one of the biggest and oldest farmers markets in the country. We've got fantastic restaurants, we've won lots of awards, we have great small producers, we've got a couple of market stall holders here who are the mainstay in the market, and I think we have the potential to do a food festival, to put Limerick on the map as a centre of production of fine food, cheese, dairy, So, I'm here to help if anybody wants to get involved.
I see an opportunity for Limerick to become center of trade with Africa because of the international airport in Shannon and because of the seaport in Foynes.
As Limerick Football Club, we've already suggested to Thomond Park that, as you all know, many rugby teams have affiliation to soccer teams and they play in the same grounds across France, wherever. They're coming here. We've told Thomond Park that when you're, let's say, selling the event to French, British, whatever clubs, bring their soccer team with them. We'll put them up, we'll give them a game and we'll entertain them as a means of broadening the space.
At the moment there's quite a huge buzz among younger theatre practitioners in Limerick. Quite a lot of people are staying and working in Limerick and creating work in Limerick, and I think to re-energise and to support them, we have a lot of different festivals, but we don't have one combined arts festival covering both music, dance, theatre, film. And in many cities, especially, let's say, for example, Galway, the Arts Festival managed to re-energise and promote the town and create an awareness of the town as a place to go, but also the local people were also involved in it, and that might re-energise a citywide umbrella arts festival in the sense that all different disciplines and things are included.
And what my suggestion would be is if we were to form with the 4 theatres in Limerick that are currently operating, form what is like an alliance that you go out and you actually tout for business to bring it back as a unit back to Limerick, so that different promoters would see that Limerick is open for business from the point of view of theatre. Work with the hoteliers, the restaurateurs, the gastropubs, etc., and try and put together, we call it like theatre and dinner packages, because it's not been done.
I'd just like to say there's been a lot of great points made today, but I do agree with Kathy earlier on there that if you're talking about re-energising the city, get it moving again, you need to start thinking of people and not profit. We need to start to find ways to bring entertainment, community gathering back into Limerick City Centre to get a buzz going, which is something that's missing from Limerick and has been for years. We need to start thinking of, instead of consumerism and retail outlets, how can we provide people with a centre they feel comfortable coming to, talking to each other again? There are buildings in Clancy Strand that aren't used that could be reopened up, use the Corrigar Falls, have a centre there for kayaking, reopen Artist Quay Park, get the people back in there again, not afraid to go in there, set up a rake of different things in there, put a stand like the roof that we have in the market in there so the bands can come in there, local markets, a range of possibilities from all over.
There's 3 letters that come to mind. ITP, ignite the passion. We've got passion in rugby, we've got passion in sports, we've got passion in theatre. There's a long history associated with this city, going way back past Patrick Sarsfield, etc., etc. We had the creation of the coordination office in the city many years ago. This has failed, purely and simply, not because of the people involved in it. Maybe it's because of the budget and all the rest of it. The focus has been wrong. Listen to all these people talking around here tonight. They're all coming from different groupings. They've got energy within them. What's missing is a link. And that link is an office that can not do everything, but can coordinate the activities and tell everybody else about what is happening.
I think the focus needs to be to rebuild Limerick on the city centre. If you look at, I guess, some of the great cities of the world, what they all have is a compact, functioning, busy city centre. So I think a lot of the energy that's been developed here needs to focus on the city centre. And I think that message can't be reinforced enough.
So a lot of you, I'm fascinated by this conversation for the last hour and a half. First of all, you're incredibly positive, which is, I have to say, a very good thing and something that I've seen before in Limerick, that overall people remain positive. But also, I don't know, there's a lack of a sense of urgency here. You've got a serious problem, I think. I could be wrong. You could tell me that everything's fine, that downtown Limerick is great, that you're throwing away, you have to push away visitors, you get so many. Now, you know, some people smiled when Occupy Limerick talked there a few minutes ago. Fair play to you. But I think there's a lot of interesting things that they're talking about. Is, you know, you need to reoccupy the centre of the city here, because it looks like to me that you've let it drift. Now, there are lots of reasons for a drift. Donut effect, people going out, etc., crime, I don't know, all the usual ones. But if you make the centre of Limerick, and it is the heart of Limerick, if you make that a place that is attractive for the locals, it will be attractive for tourists. If it's attractive for the locals and for tourists, it will be attractive for inward investment. But unless you do those things, nothing's going to happen. And I think that's what Local Heroes is all about, is, you know, a kind of a very objective way to look at what you have, decide and focus on what it is you want to do, and you need to give yourself unreasonable targets of time, and then you'll start making decisions.
We're thrilled, I have to say. The entire steering committee has put so much work in tonight. We first looked at this hall, Nigel, as you're only too aware, 400 seaters, or the capacity for 400 people. We never thought we'd fill it. We exceeded that tonight, so our first goal, we can tick that off. Delighted.
So you feel that Local Heroes in Limerick now has legs?
Tonight it was born, the people have bought into it. It's the very first step on a long road. Our next meeting is going to be in 2 weeks' time, so we need the people to turn out again in force and bring us some of those ideas over there tonight to the Ideas Forum.
Lady, the one true love that I have ever known.
Ladies and gentlemen, to each and every one of you, thank you for being part of tonight. Take on board what has been said. Don't forget the Ideas Forum, the Ideas Thinking that's happening 2 weeks today on the 13th of February at Thomond Park. Details you can get on the website, which is www.limericklocalheroes.com. Thank you. Take what you've seen and heard tonight, and as everybody has said here on the panel, do something with it. It is an opportunity, grasp it, and you've a great city to be proud of, and thank you for being here. I've enjoyed being part of it. A very good night to you.